trial, 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 trial,
తను ఆల్రెడీ జాయిన్ అయిన వెంటనే తను డీటెయిల్స్ అన్నీ పెట్టాడు. లేదంటే మీకు మళ్ళీ పంపించినట్టు సార్
trial,
ట్రైల్ అంటుంది.
trial, 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 trial,
Hello? Hello? Hello. Good morning, one and all. We are about to start the ceremony. I request everyone to maintain silence and take their seats. Also request everyone to put their phone on silent mode.
Hello, 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 hello. 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 Hello.
Fine.
Hello. 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 First is check बजा बजा बजा
अभी नहीं, पहले मैं अनाउंसमेंट करूँगी।
नहीं मैम
तो आप अनाउंसमेंट करो, यहाँ स्टार्ट करने से पहले बोलूँगी कि वो आने वाले, स्टैंड करना है, जब सब खड़े हो जाएंगे तब। Guys, take your seats. Students.
Hello. हाथ से इंडिकेशन Guys, settle down fast. Students. Okay. Academic procession is entering the convocation venue. All are requested to please stand and remain standing till the members of academic procession take their seats.
Requesting all to take their seats.
I declare the convocation open.
Recipients of degrees for BTech programs present in this hall, please stand. During this convocation, 87 BTech degrees, 42 in chemical engineering, 45 in petroleum engineering, are being awarded in person and in absentia. Recipients of degrees, I charge you that in thought, word, and deed, you will ever maintain the purity, dignity, and integrity of your profession and the honor of the ensued. Please take the pledge.
भारतीय पेट्रोलियम एवं ऊर्जा संस्थानम विशाखापट्टनात् स्नातक अहम एतत् शपथ सम्मानम कर्तुं प्रतिज्ञां करोमि यत् अहं नूतन ज्ञानस्य प्राप्तार्थं प्रसारणार्थं जनानार्थं च कार्यं निरन्तरं करिष्यामि यत् विचारेण वचनेन कर्मणा च अहं स्वव्यवसायस्य नैतिकमूल्यानाम् अन्तःकरणपूर्वकं पालनं कृत्वा मानवकल्याणार्थं योगदानं दातुं प्रयतसे यत् अहं समावेशी समाजस्य सततविकासाय कार्यं करिष्यामि. I, a graduate of the Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy, Visakhapatnam, pledge today to honor this oath that I shall continue to work to acquire, disseminate, and generate new knowledge, that in thought, word, and deed, I shall endeavor to contribute to human welfare by consciously adhering to the ethical values of my profession, that I shall work for an inclusive society and sustainable development. Thank you.
Registrar, please present the scroll of degrees for signature of the President. honorable chief guest of the occasion, Ms. Hemla Tanamalai, Professor P.K. Banik, President, Board of Governors, members of the board, senators, my dear guests, members of faculty and staff, my students, and my dear graduate 2022, the brand ambassador of IIPE. Graduates, happy graduation day. What a proud day for you as well as your parents and for us. Before I start my speech, let me tell about our chief guest. Though I'm not going to introduce her, but in Dhanbad, we used to say that she would think of electric vehicles even much before Elon Musk could think about. You know, she comes from Coimbatore, where our M. Arunachalam, on whose concept the Padman movie was there, and she is there. If you happen to see European country Salzburg, it's a very beautiful city on the other side of Switzerland, and it's a very small city, and there two big people are born there, Mozart and Doppler. But if you go as a tourist, you will see only the people going to the Mozart's house. People do not see a Doppler's house. That is what our chief guest is. Dear friends, if you ask any faculty members what you are fond of, the first thing will say, lecturing. Even if the students are not interested, we prefer lecturing. And unfortunately, what has happened with me that I do not get much of an opportunity to lecture nowadays. So this is an apt moment for me to lecture all of you. But one good thing is there, friends, there will be no quizzes, no surprise tests after this talk. I'm thrilled to inform you that the long pending issue of the land has been resolved. Thanks to all of you for supporting the cause and being patient enough in this regard. I'll fail in my duty if I do not mention some whose support helped us resolve it. To name a few, the Collector Garu of Anakapalli and his office, the Joint Collector, RDO, MRO, Shri Samsher Singh Rawat sir, the Principal Finance Secretary, our government pleader, AG, and our counselor. Interestingly, you know, Ravi Garu, the collector, and I were born, we took the charge in 1 day difference. He took charge on 4th of April 2022, and I took charge as director on 1st May 2022, the Labor Day. It's good that he did not take charge on 1st of April. You could understand what does it mean. But fortunately, we form a very deadly combination. His personal interest helped us in resolving all the land issues. We have discussed in his office till 10 in the night. Thank you, sir. I wish he was here. The land issue has been resolved, and we'll shortly have our own campus. There are a couple of announcements which I just wanted to make to you. We are thankful to the Care Hospital, Vishakha Eye Hospital, Seven Hills, NRI, and Medicover, who have provided CGS facility on credit for OPD facility to IIP fraternity. We have started a couple of things. One thing is that we started here a visiting faculty foreign, where Professor Devendra Mahajan of Stony Brook University has agreed to be a first visiting faculty of foreign. We are starting 2 advisory boards, an industrial advisory board and international advisory board, where we're trying to pull people with industrial background and the international experts who can really say, okay, you should move in this direction, the institute should move in this direction. We are trying to have an energy cluster where what we're trying to have, that we are trying to have equipments here where the much needed and less endowed industries can have a research culture developed there. Friends, I'll share some of my experiences that I think you should know. Unfortunately, these traits I did not know when I graduated. These traits may help in the journey ahead of yours. But I'll start with my one experience as the director of this institute. This institute is the newest of all the institutes of national importance. Every time, unfortunately, we say we are at par with IITs and IIMs. But somehow this tag is the tag I do not want to have. Can we not have our own brand? आप लोगों ने तो MS धोनी the untold story must have seen. You know, with Dhoni, when he was youngster, he was trying to make a lot of good noise in the local cricket. His Chittu Bhaiya, the Param, a childhood friend of Dhoni, was desperate to tie Dhoni with a big sponsor. He called the owner of a big bad company over the telephone, but the owner refused to sign the young cricketer. Then the movie, the dialogue goes, owner says, Dhoni koi Tendulkar to nahi hai na? To which Param replied, nahi Paji, Dhoni Dhoni hai. एक बार उस लड़के को मौका मिल गया तो बहुत आगे तक जाएगा. Yes, friends, we are Dhoni and will define the energy sector of the world. In IIT system, you have old IITs, 2G, 3G IITs, which are newly born IITs. But I say this institute, the institute of next gen institute, our niche is clean and green energy, where we have an opportunity to make the world blue. You are an incredible group of people, mainly as you have succeeded against the backdrop of pandemic. 50% of the classes were offline and 50% virtual mode. But certainly, friends, you are much better than a 2-year MSc or MA program where they graduated without coming to this institute, without taking the admission physically or even writing the exams. Yeah, but on lighter note, but yes, all of you wanted an exam to be online without being proctored. I have to tell you that I'm humble, massively proud, delighted, and most of all, highly impressed by our collective achievements. As part of that, I also want you to look forward and consider the future and the positive impact your newly gained qualification skills can have on the built environment, even more importantly, on the lives of the people who live, work, and play within it. We have facilitated you with the knowledge that would help you use the developed skills and experience and cultivates a society-responsible research mindset. Now that you're all qualified, I would like to consider it your professional responsibility to the guardians of our substantial, precious, and highly intricate built environment. We need creative, innovative solutions that will serve future generations. We need people now who understand a long-term human-centric approach to built environment, who are sensitive to and appreciative to the natural environment within which our buildings sit, who are unerring in upholding the highest professional standards and quality. Yeah, I'll come back to regarding the lessons. All of you must have watched 3 Idiots. Now the choice is yours whether you want to be Chaturangalam or Rancho. The message is that, friends, improve your fundamentals, make your fundamentals strong, don't be Arattu Tota. On a lighter note, even though we do not know about the batch toppers of Einstein and Newton, but what they did, they followed their passion and improved their skills. Be focused. I'll again take an analogy from a movie. The movie which inspires me the most is The Mountain Man, Dashrath Maji. What he has proved, if you have the will, you can move the mountains. Yes, the Bihar's Dashrath Maji proved this adage when he did the unthinkable and carved a path around a mountain with just a hammer and a chisel after toiling away for 22 years. When you are giving up, don't give up. Whenever you are giving up, just think about Dashrath Maji. It gives you a lot of experience, and experience is the best reward. Don't be scared by failure. You learn a lot from these failures. Success is counted sweetest by those who fail. Now, when you put up a status on a WhatsApp or a Facebook, you really want to see that how many people have seen that status, how many people have liked that status. But friend, they are your followers. But think seriously, do you have a friend who can stand on your bad days? Make friends. In words of Wetterson, the things are never quite as scary when you get a good friend. You have already made many friends, but think whether all of them are really friends. Making on weekends and partying is just not a friendship. Friends, never forget the contribution of your parents in shaping you. You might have seen the blockbuster Bagban. There's a dialogue, "Maa baap zindagi ke ped ki jada hain." Your parents are trees and not ladders. Trees give you a sense of absolute peace and comfort in the shadow of this tree, provided they have tried hard to flourish the tree and not make a ladder of the wood. There is a very famous movie, you will be rich tomorrow. Already some of you are already rich. There's a very famous movie, Diwar, and everyone knows the dialogue which happened between Amitabh Bachchan and Shashi Kapoor. He said, "Aaj mere paas building hai." I don't have that accent of Amitabh Bachchan, I copied that. "Aaj mere paas building hai, property hai, bank balance hai, bangla hai, gaadi hai, tumhare paas kya hai?" And Shashi Kapoor said, "Mere paas maa hai." Parents, the kids, my dear friends, parents are that important things in your life. Never forget their contribution, what they did for you. Another thing I should tell you, that you do exercise daily. I have one regret in my life. I wanted to be a boxer, but I never became that. Probably I was a bit too lazy. Give time to your body before it starts asking your time. Now coming to the last message I wanted to give to you. Tomorrow, friends, you will be a leader. As a leader, you have to lead from a front. Again, I'll go back to the movie of MS Dhoni, The Untold Story. During the ICC Cricket World Cup 2011, Dhoni took a gut-feeling decision of promoting himself ahead of UV. As showcased in the movie, he had a little conversation with the Indian cricket team's coach before going to bat. Dhoni says, "Excuse me, Gary. If a wicket goes down, I think I should go in." Gary Kirsten says, "But UV is padded up and ready." Dhoni, "No, I think I should go in." Gary Kirsten, "Are you sure?" Dhoni says, "Just tell him I'll go." And then you know what the rest is the history. You might have watched Kung Fu Panda. It has taught many lessons. One of the most significant lessons it teaches to a leader is the sign of a true hero is humility. Collect your purpose and not your position or a power. Let me come to the analogy. Can you tell me the commonly between the Amazon, Microsoft, Disney, Google, Harley Davidson, Hewlett Packard, Dell? Friends, all of them started their business from a garage. They all started in a very humble way. You are mistaken if you think a garage is too small a space to start a billion-dollar business. Some of them were lucky to have their own garage, and some had relatives' garage. Now coming to the analogy. IIP also started from a temporary campus. We started from not a garage, we started from a temporary campus with our relative Andhra University. And the way the company started in a garage, and you know, they are at the top of the world. I see similar stuff with IIP, with niche area of energy. We will be at the top of the world, and friends, I need your support. No institute can grow. No institute can grow, friends, without the support of the alumni. We are shortly going to have Alumni Day. We need your constructive criticism. We have an open door policy. We are believing in a constructive criticism. Do join us and give the criticism so that the institute grows and you are a proud IIPN. In closing, and most importantly, please reflect on your achievements. Celebrate with your families and friends who have supported you. Thank them for their valued support and sacrifices, which were an integral part of your studies. Make them even more proud of you as you develop your careers and help to make a better built environment. Thank you, friends.
Honorable Chief Guest, Ma'am Hemlata Annamalai, the founder and Vice Chair, Green Collar Agri-Tech Solutions. Honorable members of the Board of Governors and Academic Senate, all dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, faculty members, degree recipients, distinguished guests, representatives of the media, students, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy, I welcome all of you here. At the outset, let me congratulate the degree recipients who are leaving the portal of IIPE and joining their career to build our nation. Please remember, you have lots of responsibilities. I appreciate that your director has already reminded about your duties and responsibility. We would like to see IIP as the future energy hub. Government of India wants us to be an institute which will be known as the energy specialists, whether Government of India frames any policy related to energy security of the country in future, they will come to IIP for our expert advice. And here the role of alumni is enormous. Please remember it. Also, I would like to tell you, which I emphasize time and again, basically. Many times I told in other forum, that IIP, we want to make it as a research-focused institute. Now, when I say about research-focused institute, we need to change our mindset. Traditionally in India, we study, at the end we get a degree, and how we get a degree? After qualifying, that means after passing some exams. So while studying, your objective becomes to score good marks so that you can get an employment or some kind of satisfaction of your own satisfaction of parents, satisfaction of neighborhood, everybody. See, you want to show yourself as a bright student with a very good marks. Again, I tell you, this is not our objective at all. So we want to make it as a research institute in the sense that from first year itself, our faculty members and students, they will form a cluster where you will have projects driven, problem solving attitudes you must have even from first year. You will be given problems, you have to solve it. Your problem solving ability has to be ensured. That's the cracks of teaching learning. Not to impart some knowledge and you mug up and write in the exam and get good marks. Absolutely not. So your curious mind, we have to ignite. So that's the role of our teachers. And also I would like to mention here that you must not be thinking about your local jurisdiction, You are wide open to the whole world. You have to have tie-ups with the global universities, global institutes. You have to tie up with industries globally. You have to think yourself as a global citizen. Don't consider yourself like a small, so that jinx you have to break, basically. Your mindset has to change. So you are the third batch of IIP, and many more graduates will be coming in future endlessly. And you are the alumni, and as director has already said, that you have a tremendous role to play for the growth of this institute. You have heard about Stanford University, you have heard many universities in the world. Now, they have gone up to that level in the rank number 1, 2, 3, 4 in the whole world because of alumni. Alumni supports, alumni participate in the development of the institute. So that kind of institute, basically, we need to create here. And also, I would like to mention, you have a syllabus, right? All of you, when you start going to a class, you think about your syllabus. Now, who makes this syllabus? Syllabus is made by a group of academicians from inside, from outside, and some people maybe from the local industry or maybe from other industries and all. Actually, you see, when you make the curriculum, you should always think that what will be our future? What is the future requirement? Because you will serve the country not when you are in first year, second year. After your graduation, now this is the time where you start becoming basically a leader. So you have to be a leader, as director has already said about it. To become a leader, you have to start from the first year. It starts from the syllabus itself, you know. You should not go line by line with the syllabus and then get the information, get the data, get the knowledge. We want to be a knowledge creator and knowledge disseminator. So knowledge you can have which exist, and you have all kinds of these search engines and all. But then that is not the primary focus. You have to apply it. All knowledges which you have around you, you have to apply it. And apply it for what? For the solution of the problem faced by the society. For upliftment of the livelihood of the people. So that's the biggest challenge. Our growth is phenomenal. India is growing very fast. And as once you grow fast, you need to have your energy. As you know, the hydrocarbon sector basically is dwindling it has to be there, but then gradually its role will be less and less. Maybe many, many years it will take. But then simultaneously that gap we have to find out from other sources of energy. So when we talk about an energy, this should be the institute. Everybody's mind should be like that. I feel very pity when I say that about this IIP. First question they ask, is it in Dehradun? No, I feel so pity about this because people don't know about us. So how people know about you? You have to make a brand basically. And brand you make by what? By your performance in your job, as a student, everywhere you have to create that kind of brand. No? So this is the responsibility of the IIP fraternity. So that is what is required. And as fast as possible, we have to create that brand, basically. Lastly, I would say just one point additionally. You see, we should provide the solutions. We have, India is a rural country, basically. And you look at the rural scenario, Indian rural scenario. Our living standard, our comfort, all things are at a very low level. We are growing, definitely, but then probably their living standard is not improving. Health sector, education sector. So like this, there are many areas where we need to focus. And everywhere energy is the primary concern, So you have to go for, artificial intelligence kind of thing. You have to improve, You have to go for entrepreneurship. And all these seats are within you. Only thing is that it is our responsibility of the faculty fraternity to make it visible, to make it applicable and all this. So I never tell the word teaching. Always I use two words together, that is teaching, learning. Once both the things happen, then only you can be a leader ultimately in the future. So this is what I wanted to convey to the fraternity, IIP fraternity. Once again, I congratulate all the degree recipients who are getting their degrees and going out of the portal of this IIP. I wish you a great success in your endeavor, whether you join a company, whether you become an entrepreneur, whatever way you go, keep the flag of your alma mater very high. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am very much thrilled to introduce our chief guest, Madam Hemlata Annamalai, who is the co-founder and vice chair of Green Color Agritech Solution Private Limited, a company that enhances the livelihood of small and marginal farmers in two areas basically. One is crop production and the second one is the post-harvest processing solutions. Madam Hemlata was the founder and former CEO of Ampere Vehicles, which our director sir was talking about, an early mover that spearheaded the India's e-vehicles revolution. Ampere has carved a niche for itself as an innovative technology creator and in the nascent Indian electric vehicle industry, contributing to the environmental sustainability. She holds an MBA from Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, Australia, and a bachelor degree in computer science and engineering from the Government College of Technology, Coimbatore. As an entrepreneur, Madam Hemlata has spent last 25 years in creating and driving varied entrepreneurial ventures spanning professional services, electronics, skill development, and automobiles. Madam Hemlata strongly promotes job creation and focuses on the women empowerment. She also invests and mentors innovative disruptive startups from smaller cities and solves societal problems. She is the past chair of TIE Women Program, a global initiative of TIE that embrace, engage, and empower women. She has the former president of TIE Coimbatore. Madam Hemlata is the patron of the Society for Smart E-Mobility SSEM Coimbatore. So we are very much delighted to have her here as the chief guest. I take this opportunity and to humbly request Madam Hemlata to deliver the convocation address on the eve of second convocation.
Honorable Chairman, Board of Governors, Director of the Institute, distinguished faculty, graduating students, and the other dignitaries on and off the dais. It gives me a great pleasure to be here in this morning. Let me at the outset congratulate all of you who are graduating today. This is a moment of great joy and satisfaction in your life. Your academic efforts have come to fruition, and this marks the completion of one stage in your life, and another is about to begin. Many of you will be moving out of the sheltered confines of a college and entering the real world with all its ups and downs. The process of transition will pose some problems, but I'm sure that with the value system and training that you have acquired at this institute, you will be able to face the world with confidence. From the country's point of view, we welcome you as the next generation of energy leaders. May you grow up to provide effective direction over this century. In a sense, your future is intertwined with the future of this country. May this institution grow from strength to strength and let the nation benefit from the commitment and the skills of the students that pass out of this institution. Yours being an energy institute, I would like to discuss few things with all of you. I hope it will reach the young minds. The energy sector has a very high potential for reducing poverty. Around 1 in 7 or 1.1 billion people on the planet lack access to electricity. Almost 3 billion people still cook with polluting fuels like kerosene, wood, charcoal, and dung. When you don't have electricity, there are no sewing machines or rice mills or pumps for irrigating crops. Without electricity, you can't run a business at night, and impossible to attract companies in your areas that could provide jobs and opportunities to young people like you. We find that energy poverty means two things. Poor people are least likely to have access to electric power, and they are more likely to remain poor if they stay unconnected. So this is why access to energy is so important to fight against this poverty. The International Energy Association says that in high-income countries, energy efficiency is now the largest source of energy because energy saved can be used elsewhere. Many countries continue to subsidize fossil fuels as a way of reducing costs for consumers and encourage economic growth. But untargeted subsidies are very costly and undermine energy conservation efforts. Solar energy is only generated during the day, and the wind energy varies in intensity with differing weather patterns. This makes it hard to integrate them into the grid. But in countries like Denmark and Ireland, these issues are being overcome through sophisticated systems of transmission lines, micro weather forecasting, and advanced grid management systems. They are showing the way forward for others. The big breakthroughs are coming now in the form of energy storage, which our director mentioned and president mentioned. New battery storage technology could see the world moving much more rapidly to at least 50% renewable energy, or even greater. We know that getting here will entail tripling historic capital cash flows to access clean energy projects. Our energy lending to low and middle income countries is also focused on these goals. Last year, 2/3 of our lending went to countries in South Asia and sub-Saharan Africa, where majority of people live without energy access. Over 90% of our power generation lending goes to clean forms of energy: natural gas, hydropower, solar, wind, and geothermal. We do not lend for new coal power generation except in very rare circumstances. We also play an important role in working with countries to ensure a strong enabling environment to encourage greater investment, especially in renewable forms of energy. We strongly believe that eradicating poverty is a goal that deserves our full attention. We are hopeful that among the new Sustainable Development Goals, the global community will focus and include energy poverty as one of the SDGs. All of you will see the negative impacts of pollution and climate change in your lifetime. But as students of energy experts of tomorrow, you can play a vital role in delivering on the new energy sustainable development goal. The world will need smart people like you with the right motivations. With your help, dedicated work, let's put an end to energy poverty in our lifetimes. As your director was mentioning about the new campus, I have one vision for IIPE, which should entail the students to innovate in IIPE to make your own electric cycle. And this cycle should be designed for the complete needs of all the mining needs of Visakhapatnam, and thereby ensure that the complete students who are actually designing the electric cycle will also understand the power electronics needs of India. So this will be one of the vision that I am setting for IIPE, and I'm sure I'll be there with the students to be able to guide, lead them to ensure this cycle, electric cycle, comes out of this campus. Graduates, I wish you all the very best in your lives and careers. May you all be blessed to empower yourself to live an impactful life in all of your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Associate Dean Academics, please present the recipient of the President Gold Medal for receiving them from the chief guest.
Sir, I present the name of the student who, on fulfillment of the prescribed condition, have been found eligible for the award of gold medal. President's Gold Medal for outstanding overall performance among all the students who completed the requirement for the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Kumari Agrani.
Associate Dean Academics, please present the recipients of Institute Gold Medal and SBI Silver Medals for receiving them from the President.
Institute Gold Medal for securing first position among all the students who completed the requirement for the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Chemical Engineering, Mr. Chidurala Hrotik. Institute Gold Medal for securing first position among all the students who completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Petroleum Engineering, Kumari Agrani. SBI Silver Medal for securing second position among all the students who completed the requirement for the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Chemical Engineering, Mr. Abhik Rai. SBI Silver Medal for securing second position among all the students who completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Petroleum Engineering, Mr. Priyanshu Agrawal.
To make the announcement.
Director, please award the degrees of the institute to all eligible candidates.
Heads of the departments, please propose the candidates who have become eligible for the award of BTech degree of the Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy in this convocation and are present to receive them.
Director, I propose that the following candidates be admitted to the degree of BTech in Chemical Engineering of the Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy in person. Avik Roy, Karthik Raj, G. Dinesh, నాగినేని నవీన్ కుమార్, సుధాంశు ఉపాధ్యాయ్, కృపా వినయ్, అననయ్ కండేల్వాల్, అక్కనపల్లి లక్ష్మారెడ్డి, సాయి రోహిత్ మువ్వా, అంకిత్ రావల్, పొట్టా సాయి చైతన్య, గౌడు కార్తీక్, మహేష్ నల్లమోతు, ప్రగతి రాజ్, ఎం జయదీక్షిత, సుంకరి సత్యప్రశాంత్, రాహుల్ బజాజ్, Apurva Suman, Prasanna Sinde, Chidurala Hrutik, A.V. Sridhar, Gaurav Singh, Burigala Dinesh,
Director, I propose that the following candidates to be admitted to the degree of BTech in Petroleum Engineering of the Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy in person. Ujjal Dubey, Shashi Kiran Yogi, Sai Gohit, Priyanshu Agarwal, Sudarshan Bhatt, Saksham Gupta, Shashad Harsh, Rahul Pandey, Ritik Singh Zadon, Kanipelli Karuntes, Saurabh Goel, Abhishek Kumar, Jay Tilak, Akhil Kumar, Rajdeep Bula, Dipili Satyateja, Tirumala Setti Hamdeep, Somesh Kumar, Ayush Tyagi, Vamsi Rohit, Ganesh V, Kumari Agrani. Pala Manikanta.
Degree recipients, please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Director of Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy in person, I admit the candidates proposed and presented by the heads of the department to the respective degrees for which they have been proposed and presented. Now we'll do a small funny stuff. I'll say 1, 2, 3 and you have to throw your stall. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do you want to be repeated? One, 2, 3. I wish that you had told for a gold medal as well. Okay, we'll do it once more. This is the last time. 1, 2, 3. Please resume your seats. President, I request you to felicitate our chief guest, Ma'am Hemlata Annamalai, founder and vice chair, Green Collar Agritech Solutions Private Limited, and founder and former CEO, Ampere Vehicles Private Limited.
The second convocation is closed.
Please stand for the national anthem and remain standing till the academic procession leaves the convocation venue.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा गङ्गा विन्ध्य हिमाचल यमुना गङ्गा उच्चल जलधितरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Requesting all to remain seated.
friends, after convocation, there is a surprise for you. And this surprise is basically a surprise of, I'll introduce to somebody here as an example of humanity. So he is none other than your director, Dr. Salivahan. So, okay. Yeah, you know your Dr. Salivahan as your director, as a teacher. You may not know something else about him, and which should inspire everybody. I just narrate a small story. I know Dr. Salivahan probably when he joined as a research scholar. I was a faculty. And I have seen him, how he grew up. And at the end, he took up the charge of Deputy Director of IIT Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad, in a short span of time. So tremendous contribution in his professional career. But the other side, which is not reflected probably, normally, when we know about somebody. So I'll just tell one incident so that you know who is your director actually is. You might have heard the name of Professor B.B. Bhattacharya, Bimalendu Bhushan Bhattacharya, who is a doyen in earth science. He was the leader of Antarctica expedition of Government of India. So he was his mentor, Dr. Salivahan's mentor. And Professor Bhattacharya took over the charge of director of Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad. That time, Dr. Salivahan was just probably started his academic career as a faculty member. So basically, Professor Bhattacharya was his guru, his mentor. And Professor Bhattacharya, after his retirement, he went to Calcutta to settle down. Very unfortunately, his wife passed away, and he doesn't have any issue, no son, no daughter. So nobody was to take care of him. So very recently, he got admitted in a hospital. There came the Indian School of Mines alumni fraternity. But then he was in a hospital, so by rotation, people were taking care and all this. So when Dr. Salivahan, he was in Dhanbad, Indian School of Mines, when he heard about it, he drove his own car from Dhanbad to Calcutta. He went there, and he took Professor Bhattacharya with him, brought him to his own house, and he is taking care of him as a father, his father. So these characteristics of a human being, basically, I wanted that all of you should know. And our chief guest of today's convocation, and she wants to felicitate him for his humanity. Thank you very much.
It is my fortune actually to be here and be part of this convocation. It is a privilege, I would say, because when I come to this institute and then see the different kind of work that has been done with all the professors, the interaction with the teachers, the students. Last night I interacted. It was a brilliant exchange of information. We had students, that's all there, asked very, very good, smart questions. So I see that there are some 8 to 10 entrepreneurs already in the making from this institute. So after all this, we were just introduced, and then yesterday during the dinner, it was a casual conversation that our president, Professor Bandik, was mentioning about this of Professor Salivahan. And when I heard about this episode, I said that here is a living example of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. We believe in oneness in everything. And I think that it is very apt that we kind of showcase such traits of a leader in front of the young generation, so that when we see people who are in need of anything that you can do, offer, be it kind words, be it some form of help, please take one moment, just have a deep breath and go all out to help people, right? And I think that is what will make this world a better place. And I just wanted to tell you that you guys have a fantastic coach, mentor, leader. Make the most of your director and ensure that we bring pride to this institute, and like President mentioned and your director mentioned, make IIPE as a world leader in energy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the President, Ma'am Hemlata, and the senators. I'll tell you that one thing that I owe and bow to him. Probably if she was not in my life, I would not have been the same Shalivan I'm standing today. Thank you.
All student volunteers, please come on the stage. I also request non-teaching staff to be on stage.